Taylor offers Brooke an olive branch after Bridget conducts a life-changing paternity test. Editors have picked all of the highlighted goods and services on their own. On orders placed through its retail connections, Soaps.com might get paid a commission, and the retailer might get some auditable data for their records. Electra tells Will in Forrester's design office that she is extremely alarmed by the possibility that Luna is expecting his kid. Bill and Katie call Luna to tell her something at their house in the meanwhile. Instead, she would want to visit the pool. They make expressions and tell her that today is the day of the paternity test. Bridget is welcomed by Brooke and Ridge at their home. They are happy that she will be testing Luna's paternity. Ridge restates that Luna will be sent to prison after this exam is finished. After Bridget departs, Ridge brings back his favorite activity and accuses Bill. Ridge chooses to give Taylor a call. Brooke, Bridget, Ridge bed and breakfast. Will Finn make a choice? Taylor and Finn talk about how much they miss Steffi and the children at the Cliff home. Finn acknowledges that he is having a lot of difficulty deciding whether to inform his wife that Luna is still alive. Taylor claims that Steffi must know, but that Luna must return to police custody before they can inform her. Ridge calls her and informs her that Bridget has gone to administer the test. Finn and I will come and wait with them, she replies. Will and Electra receive a response. H2. Will and Electra leave Forrester when Will's father texts him regarding the paternity test. Luna wants to know who is conducting the paternity test at Bill's house. Bridget shows there, and Katie presents her. You're not going to Luna Nozawa your way out of this one, Katie cautions, explaining that her niece will be taking the test. Luna smiles. After being shot, Luna finds out that Bridget helped save her life, but Lee informed her that she had passed away. Luna says she's grateful that she can now have children. She will make sure to inform everyone that it's a Spencer and Will's kid. Electra and Will arrive Luna, who is unexpectedly 7 weeks pregnant, and will discuss the non-invasive prenatal test with Bridget. Luna continues to grin smugly as the procedure gets underway. Bill encourages Bridget to make it as unpleasant as she can as she draws out a needle. Will's face is swabbed and Luna's blood is extracted while dramatic music plays. Bridget handles the test tubes while Katie suffers. The last scenes. Finn apologizes to everyone at Brooke's house for his mother's actions and the sacrifices she made for Luna. He has been unable to get in touch with her regarding it. Finn finds it unthinkable that she would put her career in danger by doing this. Brooke describes it as a risky error that had an impact on her sister's son. Ridge says they will soon find out if Will is the baby's father. He passes the time at Bill's house by repeating Luna's tricks. This time, she boasts that she doesn't need to use any techniques. After an incredible night together, she is about to give birth to Will's child. They're all pacing around Brooke's house when Taylor says she can give references if Will needs therapy. After thanking her, the blonde starts informing Steffi. Although he wishes to protect her for a little while longer, Finn sighs that she'll be returning home soon. Ridge gives a shrug. They can hold off on telling Luna till she is back in jail. Taylor, Brooke, B&B. Will spends time across town reminding Luna that he wants to be with Electra. Luna is certain that the kid will make a huge difference. According to Bridget, the test is nearly complete. Since they have more time, Electra tries Luna again till the alarm sounds and Bridget declares that the time has come. Will implores her to inform him that he is not the father, as if he were in a scene from Maury. We have spoilers for Friday, October 10th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate Bridget Forrester showing up to Bill Spencer and Katie Logan's residence on Friday's episode. Brooke Logan Forrester and Taylor Hayes decide to withhold something from Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Luna Nozawa's test for paternity. Let's begin with Luna. John Finnegan, Ridge Forrester, and Taylor consented to allow Katie Logan and Bill Spencer some time. They won't wait long, though. For every moment Luna is free, people are in serious danger. During a recent phone conversation, Bill learned that Luna is almost alone enough to have a paternity test. Luna most likely believes that Finn or Lee Finnegan will conduct the test. But she's going to have a surprise. The surprise of Bridget Forrester. You may anticipate Bridget being escorted into the Spencer estate by Katie on Friday's B&B episode. Bill and Katie want to ensure that they receive authentic results and that Luna cannot tamper with them. Luna appears a little alarmed when Katie invites Bridget in and says she will be performing the paternity test. But Luna is also adamant that her child's father is Will Spencer. Luna must have it, or she will be sent to prison immediately. The pact of Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan Forrester. According to Friday, October 10th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Finn is unsure about telling Steffy Forrester Finnegan about Luna. Steffy cannot continue to move on from one catastrophe to the next, yet no one wants to lie or cheat on her. Finn worries that his wife and kids might be in danger, yet he still misses them. The idea that Taylor and Brooke will genuinely unite under the circumstance is hinted at. The two ladies decide to keep the truth from Steffy for the time being, despite their own problems. They intend to wait until the girl is back in jail before telling her about Luna. But it can take months before the truth is revealed whether Luna is expecting Will's child. Electra Forrester and Will Spencer's moment. Will and Electra reunite in spite of all the lunatic behavior. A touching moment between the couple is hinted at. On Friday, October 10th, 2025, which storyline are you most excited to see? This is the Friday, October 10th, 2025, recap for The Bold and the Beautiful. Bridget Forrester tests Luna Nozawa's baby's DNA in today's episode. John Finn Finnegan, meanwhile, is grappling with a moral conundrum involving Steffy Forrester Finnegan. The anxiety of Electra Forrester. Will Spencer is glancing at Electra Forrester at the office. She has a necklace that will tries to help her untangle. She is terrified of Luna. Bill Spencer sends Will a text message out of the blue. The paternity test is being administered to them today. Electra and Will race to the Spencer residence. Bridget pays Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester a visit. They are still in shock that Luna is still alive. Before long, Bridget departs, and Bridge begins arguing that Bill is solely to blame. They talk about how Luna was saved by Lee Finnegan, who kept it a secret from everyone. They are aware that Lee acknowledges her grave error. The challenge of John Finnegan. Finn looks at Steffy's postcards at home. Taylor Hayes is informed by the doctor that he is still undecided about telling Steffy the truth. Taylor struggles in the same way. There is a lose-lose scenario. Finn needs to put Luna in jail before telling Steffy. Regarding the paternity test, Ridge gives Taylor a call. Finn and Taylor will visit and await the outcome. Taylor and Finn visit Brooke's home. Regarding his mother's behavior, Finn expresses regret to Steffy's parents. Finn doesn't understand his mother's motivations because he hasn't spoken to her. Finn acknowledges that he is unsure about what, if anything, to tell Steffy. Taylor offers to recommend a therapist to Will. To get through all of this, he will want assistance. Returning to Steffy, Ridge concurs that Luna must be incarcerated before she finds out she is still alive. Luna Nozawa's test for paternity. Bill and Katie Logan prevent Luna from entering the pool at the mansion. She needs to take a paternity test. Bill acknowledges that they didn't want her to plan anything, so they shocked her with this. Bridget shows up. She was a member of the surgical team that saved her life, the doctor reveals. Since Lee said Luna was dead, it's strange to see her still living. Bill summons the Grim Reaper, Luna. Next up are Electra and Will. The test is explained by Bridget. Luna declares she's ready with a smirk. First, Bridget wipes Will's mouth. Will informs Luna that they will never have a future when it's her turn next. Luna believes that after the paternity test is completed, he will reconsider. Will doesn't want Luna, Electra adds. The test has been completed, and the findings are available. Will implores Bridget to deny that he is the father. After glancing over the test, the doctor turns to face Luna, who smiles. Keep an eye out because Luna is very certain that the test will reveal Will is the father. According to Thursday, October 9th, 2025, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Will's family is attempting to determine how to protect him from Luna. Lee must face Ridge's anger. After accepting the terrible truth that Luna Nozawa is still alive and claiming to be carrying Will Spencer's child, his family gets together to decide what to do next. According to Katie Logan, a paternity test should be performed as soon as Luna is sufficiently pregnant, which appears to have happened by magic. Luna recently discovered she was expecting, but she is now sufficiently far along. But they are aware that Luna and DNA testing are unreliable. She had already fabricated one when she said that Bill Spencer was her father, which caused a lot of controversy. Now how can they believe her? John, Finn, Finnegan, Taylor Hayes, Bill, and Katie are available to strategize, but they are struggling to come up with a solution. Perhaps they should utilize a somewhat neutral person to administer the test. Finn believes he knows exactly who that somebody ought to be. Elektra's predicament. After losing her virginity to a man who was with Luna Nozawa the night before he was with her, Elektra Forrester still feels a great deal of guilt, even though she knows she still loves Will and wants to stay with him. Will had the option to tell her the truth, but he decided to hide that interaction. Elektra has another heart-to-heart conversation with Ivy Forrester in the hopes of receiving some helpful guidance because she is unsure on how to proceed. Ivy, will you know what to say to poor Elektra? She still doesn't perceive Will as a victim in this situation, even though it appears that she now understands that he didn't cheat on her. In order for her to accuse Katie of a magical night under false pretenses, Will might be able to explain that his mother prevented him from telling her the truth. When Ridge and Taylor arrived at Bill Spencer's estate, they caused a stir. They couldn't comprehend why a killer was in power and living lavishly. Luna desired Bill's protection. They're awaiting a paternity test, according to Bill. Ridge informed Bill that there is nothing they are awaiting. Baby or not, she ought to be behind bars. They weren't the only people who arrived. Finn had a grievance against Bill as well. His biological daughter committed heinous crimes, he reminded her. Why Bill and Katie were spoiling her was beyond Finn's comprehension. Luna asserts that she has changed, though. As a mother, she must take care of her unborn kid. Katie isn't persuaded, though. She informed Luna that she would not be saved by her pregnancy. She simply had to leave this circumstance. Ridge and Taylor needed extra time to acquire the paternity test, Katie reassured them. They gave them extra time, even though they thought it was too dangerous. Should you tell your spouse a lie, or not? Finn, Ridge, and Taylor talked about Steffi and the children back at the Malibu residence. Keeping them safe is their top priority. Taylor finds it incomprehensible that Luna is taking advantage of Will's family. For Finn, that is not the case. They must keep Luna away from their family, he told them. Finn finds himself at a crossroads after hearing this information. He pondered how he would inform his wife of this development. Even when Luna arrived at his office, Finn continued to feel lightheaded. Finn was reassured by Taylor and Ridge that they would protect his family. Ridge will deal with Luna in the meanwhile. The topic of Steffi's mental health came up. She left Los Angeles in order to concentrate on her mental well-being. Finn debated whether to tell her right now or to wait until she got home. Although he tends to be honest, he can wind up lying to her, which could cause problems in their marriage. In the thick silence of a sun-drenched Los Angeles afternoon, tension hung over the Forrester estate like a gathering storm. Inside the discreet yet opulent walls of the guest house, Bridget Forrester stood still, clutching a slim envelope in her hands, the paternity test results that could shift the tectonic plates of her family's already fractured foundation. The weight of her responsibility pressed heavily on her chest, not just as a doctor, but as a daughter, sister, and unwilling custodian of so many buried secrets. She had administered the test at the request of a woman trembling between hope and dread, a woman whose entire identity, whose future, was now tangled in the DNA of an unborn child. And on the other side of the emotional battlefield stood two men, one clinging to dreams of fatherhood, the other unknowingly shadowed by the consequences of a night that should never have happened. As Bridget looked down at the sealed envelope, her mind drifted, uninvited, to her own past missteps, affairs, betrayals, moments of painful clarity, moments when the truth had torn everything apart before slowly stitching it back together. She knew too well that in families like hers, truth wasn't always freedom. Sometimes it was a wrecking ball. Still, this test had to be done. The woman who sat just outside in the garden, nervously twisting her engagement ring, had every right to know. And so did the man being led to believe he was about to become a father or not. While Bridget was locked in her private storm, another reckoning was slowly unfolding across town. In a warmly lit cafe nestled just off Rodeo Drive, two women sat facing each other across a table laden with untouched coffee. Taylor Hayes, ever graceful even in discomfort, leaned forward slightly, her voice soft but laced with determination. "Brooke, I didn't come here to fight," she said, eyes searching for sincerity in the face she had once seen as her fiercest rival. "I came because things can't keep going like this. For our children, for our grandchildren. We have to find a way forward." Brooke Logan, visibly wary but unmistakably moved, tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear and met Taylor's gaze. The olive branch extended between them felt surreal, almost disorienting. They had shared a lifetime of heartbreak and conflict, lovers stolen and returned, alliances shattered and mended, trust lost more times than it had ever been truly earned. But time had dulled the sharp edges of their animosity. They were no longer just romantic adversaries. They were matriarchs now, veterans of too many emotional wars. And perhaps, in the quiet spaces left by loss and time, there was room to grow something new, maybe not friendship, but at least peace. Meanwhile, Bridget emerged into the garden, envelope in hand, the crisp air doing little to settle the nerves of the expectant mother seated on the stone bench. The woman stood as Bridget approached, searching her face for a clue. But Bridget had learned long ago to keep her expressions neutral in moments like these. She handed over the envelope wordlessly, stepping back as the woman opened it with trembling fingers. A gasp, a sharp intake of breath, and then silence. The truth had landed. It was in that silence, stretched taut and vibrating with shock, that the implications began to unfold. The name on that test did not belong to the man she had expected. The man she had built her hopes around, had imagined a family with, was not the biological father. This changed everything. Plans, promises, relationships, all would now have to be rewritten. And somewhere across the city, the man who had no idea he was about to become a father was living his life, blissfully unaware of the storm heading his way. Back at the cafe, Taylor was still speaking, her voice steady even as her emotions churned beneath the surface. "I've seen what our feud has done to the people we love. Ridge, Steffi, Hope. Even the grandkids feel the strain, Brooke. It's not just about us anymore. Maybe it never was." Brooke listened, the edges of her defenses softening. "I don't disagree," she said slowly. "It's just hard to forget everything we've been through." Taylor nodded. "It is. But forgetting isn't the point. Maybe forgiving is." In that moment, something shifted. A shared understanding. The war between them had left enough scars. Maybe it was finally time to let them heal. A tentative smile passed between them. Not quite friendship, but the first breath of something new. Something fragile, but full of possibility.